Alright, hello everyone, welcome to CPI. I hope everyone's doing good. Now, this is the introduction video of this coaching program, and you should make sure to watch this video completely because in this video I'm going to tell you about everything about CPI and its format and how am I going to be actually coaching you and how you're going to be learning from me. Now, as I said before, this coaching program is going to be 6 months long. And throughout these months, I'm going to make sure to improve and strengthen every single aspect of your trading, whether it's the technical part, whether it's related to your execution, trade management, or risk management. Everything is going to be covered in CPI, and I'm going to coach you about everything. Now, another important thing about CPI is that it's not actually a course, it's a coaching program. It's not a course. You know, I could have easily recorded some videos and made it into a course and sold it to you, and I wouldn't have to do anything else, and it would have been so much easier for me not to carry all of this burden of breaking down my trades with you every single week and sharing my weekly market outlooks with you, right? It would have been so much easier for me. But that's not my goal and not my objective with this project in CPI. I actually wanted to offer you something that could actually guide you towards the right path and the correct path, right? That's why I decided in CPI, I'm going to break down my trades with you. I'm going to share my weekly market outlooks at the start of each week. So you could actually see how am I looking at the markets with the CRT and Turtle Soup perspective, right? That's exactly why most of you are here for. And I'm going to make sure that that's the exact goal of CPI. And at the end of this coaching program, you have a complete idea of how you're gonna actually do your top-down analysis and take trades with CRT and Tata Soap, right? Also, I'm going to have a monthly Q&A session where you could actually ask me any question and I'd make sure to answer them. And there'll also be weekly chapters in which I will explain everything from A to Z. Now, the main difference between CPI and all of these other courses online is that in CPI, not only I'm going to explain everything to you based on current week's price action and on a weekly basis, but I'm also providing with trade breakdowns and market outlooks so you could actually see what goes behind analyzing these higher time frames and taking these lower time frame entries, right? Unlike these thousands of courses online. I know that almost all of you have watched tens if not hundreds of courses online, but they didn't help you because they just provide you with a few pre-recorded videos on old price action and explain everything in an unorganized and random way instead of explaining them in like a syllabus sort of format from A to Z, just like I've planned it out, right? They also don't break down any trades with you or provide you with any sort of like market outlooks or anything, so you could actually see how it's applied in the real markets. The way how you actually learn is by looking at someone that has already done it and looking at them apply it in the real markets, right? That's how you learn, and that's how proper learning works, not just by watching a few videos on a certain topic. So, and that's the goal of CPI. Now, obviously, you aren't gonna learn all of this in just a month, right? Because it doesn't work like that. It's gonna take at least 6 months for you, if you have an average IQ and intelligence, for you to grasp on all of this knowledge and become an independent and profitable trader, right? Now, I'm sure most of you probably already know how coaching works, but let me give you a small overview of it. So, basically, the way how coaching works is that we start right with the basics, right from the fundamentals, and then brick by brick, we build our basics and fundamentals and our understanding of the markets, and then we move on to other phases and we develop each month together as a team, right? Now, one thing about coaching is that you either start with your coach, your mentor, right from the inception and right from the beginning of that program, right? And then he's gonna build your understanding of the markets and build every single aspect of your trading, your basics, your fundamentals, and then your advanced learning, because that's how proper teaching works and that's how proper learning works. Now, you can't just join a coaching program or a mentorship right in the middle of it, right? Because the goal is to build your whole understanding of the markets and build every single aspect of your trading from a single source and from a single coach or mentor, and not multiple sources, because that's going to create noise and you'll be confused. If you obtain information about a single topic or a single thing from multiple sources, then you know what's gonna happen. Every one of them is gonna have their own subconscious biases. One of them is gonna have their own agendas, and then they're gonna explain that particular topic in different ways, and then you'd be confused and you wouldn't know who to actually believe and what is actually the correct way of learning it and understanding it. That's why for CPI, I'm only accepting students at the first month of this coaching program, and that's it. Because I don't want to enroll anyone that's gonna join later and not understand the basics the way how I've taught it, right? In this coaching program. So moving on to the next month, every month will be a further explanation in detail of these past months, and they'll all be related to each other, and we'll be using them together cohesively as we build our understanding of the markets. Now, what that means is if you build your basics and your fundamental understanding of trading in one place, and then you build your advanced learning in another place, then you'll never make it and you'll never be profitable, because you'd have different ideas about a single topic, and then that's gonna create subconscious and conscious confusion in your mind, right? So what you want to do and what the solution for this problem is that you would want to build your basic understanding, your fundamental understanding, and then your advanced learning from a single coach, a single mentor, and a single source, right? Now, obviously, if you're willing to give it the time and energy it deserves and willing to continue, then these first batch of students, you guys will have the opportunity to pay for the upcoming month's coaching, right? And continue. And if you want to leave and miss the opportunity and you weren't satisfied, which is not going to be the case for most of you, then the door is open for you. Now, this whole coaching program will be completely raw, unfiltered, and uncensored. There would be no production, there would be no editing or anything, right? Everything will be raw and explained on the charts on your favorite asset classes. So for that, I've chosen Euro Dollar and the S&P 500, right? So everything will be explained on the charts. I will break down my trades, all of them on the charts. There would be no production or no editing. I would explain everything in a raw and detailed manner, right? And these videos gonna be long, these videos gonna be boring, and that's exactly how they're meant to be, right? Now, here is the list of things that I'm going to provide you each month, right? Now, obviously, my goal with CPA is to build your whole understanding of the markets from A to Z. And in order to do that, I'm going to provide you with weekly chapters in an organized and proper manner, right? I've already laid out the plan, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm also going to provide you with trade breakdowns each week of the trades that I take. Is going to contain both wins and losses, so you could actually see what goes behind taking these trades and what was my thought process behind taking those trades, right? I'm also going to provide you with market outlooks at the start of each week, and then at the end of the week I'm going to provide you with trade recaps of the trades that you could have taken and that you could have journaled and backtested, right? And then I'm also going to provide you with a monthly Q&A session where you can ask me anything about trading, and I'd make sure to answer it to you, and you could clear your confusion and that monthly Q&A session. Now, uh, now along with all of those things and carrying all of that burden, I'm also going to make sure to provide you with at least a few lateral signals throughout the month. Now, these are going to be a few signals, but they're going to be of high probability and high quality ones, right? Now, I'm going to provide you these signals on my own record and on my own terms, right? I'm not going to force them. If they are available and present and I'm pretty sure in them, then I'm going to provide. Now, Here is the list of things that I'm going to guide you on and teach you in CPI throughout these 6 months. Now, these are some of the things that everyone talks about and everyone brags about how important they are and how you should be using them in your trading to develop your understanding of the markets. But no one actually teaches them, right? Everyone talks about it, but no one actually tells how it's done, how it's correctly done. And that's going to be my goal with CPI, so you understand everything about time and price, how top-down analysis is done, how you're going to take your entry, and I'm going to give you a proper entry system that I use on my own that consists of top-down analysis and that uses time and price guidance, right? I'm going to tell you how you're going to be finding trades, how you're going to be finding your entry setups, and what's going to be your thought process behind them. I'm going to tell you about my execution, how they're done, and how do I manage my emotions throughout the trade and how I manage my trade. I'm going to tell you about my risk management plan for these problem challenges and even personal accounts. I'm going to tell you about journaling, which is the most important thing, and how you're going to do your journaling, where are you going to do this journaling, and what's the format of it is going to be, right? I'm going to teach you about everything. I'm going to teach you about back testing, and at the end we're going to combine it all to make you and to develop you into a profitable and independent trader, right? Then you wouldn't have to worry about anything. Everything is going to be covered in CPI. And CPI, I'm not just going to explain about CRT and how you could select your CRT correctly, right? That's not the goal of CPI. Now that's going to be an important aspect of CPI, right? There's going to be the predominant theme of CPI, but that's not it, because I know trading isn't just about technicals. It's about all of these things and knowing how time and price works, how you're going to do your top-down analysis, how you're going to find your entries, your execution, everything, right? So trading is a mix of all of these things and not just a single aspect, right? And the most important thing is to build each one of these aspects from a single source. If you're going to build your understanding of time and price from one person and then find your entry system from another person and learn about journaling from another person, then that's not a proper way and you're never gonna make it through that. Because I've been through these stages and I wish I had something like CPI. So you guys are really fortunate and lucky to have CPI and someone at that is going to teach you about every single aspect of your trading in a proper organized manner. And I have already laid out a perfect plan for you, and at the end of these 6 months I can assure you that you'd end up being an independent trader only if you spend and if you give it the time and energy it deserves and it needs.